Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youths and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. Just 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor. Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery, why they whitewash our history, keep dividing is their plan? All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together. Hey, Monday, former Congressman Joe Walsh with you. Hope you all had a really good weekend. My lovely bride has accused me off and on over the years of beating a dead horse, of repeating myself, of saying the same thing over and over and over, guilty as charged. She's right. Guilty as charged. I just tend to think we got so much going on. We've got so much on our minds. There's so much out there every day, week, month, and year politically. I just think it's so helpful to stay focused on the basics, understand the basics, hold to some basic truths. It's too confusing out there. So let me beat another dead horse this morning. Start this Monday. Let me bang this drum again that I've banged so many times before. And this dead horse that I'm about to beat is meant to, it's a message for everybody in the Democratic Party, in my new political party. I wonder how long I can keep saying my new political party. I don't know. But here it goes, Democrats. Here it goes, everybody, America, this Monday. Abolish ICE ain't defund the police. Know that. I've said it a bunch. Democrats, hear me, hear me. When you say abolish ICE, that is not at all the same thing as saying defund the police. Not even close. So don't be afraid to go there. Another, I come to you this morning, another ICE shooting in the state of Maine. Another person shot and killed by ICE in the state of Maine this morning. Details are coming in. We don't know much more beyond that. This follows, right, a week ago, a father, a grandfather in Houston, shot and killed by ICE. Somebody who's been in this country for 35 years, raised kids, paid taxes, started a business, became a productive member of his community, and ICE shot and killed him last week. Happened again this morning in Maine. We don't know anything, though, about this shooting in Maine. But what we do know, and by the way, that immigrant shot and killed in Houston, every fucking aspect of what ICE did last week is utterly disgusting and wrong. And man, they're lying about everything. See, that's the other comment. There are like similarities when it comes to ICE, right? They're all poorly trained. They all fucking wear masks. They all think they're like tough guys. They're all dangerously armed. Most of them are incompetent. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, right? And they all lie about everything they're doing. Damn near every single ICE shooting, every single incident involving ICE and an immigrant or an American citizen, ICE has been caught in lie after lie after lie. But to get back to my point, you're out there right now saying abolish ICE, which I've been saying now for well over a year, and I'm not some crazy lefty, you know that. Understand, Democrats, that's not like saying defund the police. All right? It's not. And here's why. What ICE is doing, again, I apologize to my wife and everybody who's heard me say this 17,136 times. What ICE is doing on the streets of America, listen to me, is the antithesis of law enforcement. It's what cops are trained not to do. Every single thing ICE is doing. There's a reason why law enforcement, local cops, despise what ICE is doing. Many of them are afraid to say that, but they do. What ICE is doing is the antithesis of law enforcement. They're breaking every law enforcement code on the book, man. They're breaking every law enforcement rule on the book. And all we got to do is just look at one, that shooting last week. And it sounds like the shooting in Maine this morning, there were bullet holes in the windshield of the car, the automobile of the guy that was killed this morning in Maine. But that same thing happened to Lorenzo Salgado Arroyo last week. Keith, do we have that headline about shooting into cars? Thank you. It's just one example. Cops all over the country are taught not to shoot into cars. I want to repeat that so everybody in this country can hear me. Cops, law enforcement, they're trained not to shoot into cars. ICE continues to do it anyway. Cops are taught most certainly, thanks Keith, not to shoot once a vehicle's leaving, it's gone past you, it's leaving, it's gone. Cops, local law enforcement, taught not to shoot after that vehicle. ICE does that all the time. Cops are taught to de-escalate. These fucking thugs, these ICE thugs, these untrained, unprepared, tough guy ICE thugs, all they do is escalate situations. Again, the story down in Houston last week is already completely unraveled. They fired shots into that van. Lorenzo wasn't even the target. I'm not going to get into everything else they've done. My point here is political. Democrats, come on now. Stand up loud and proud, Democrats. Have some courage, Democrats. Be brave, Democrats, right? You should be out there on the stump every day. You should be out there in your town halls every day, in your literature every day. You should, everywhere you go, you should be shouting and screaming, abolish ICE, abolish ICE, abolish ICE, because it is not defund the police. We've said a million times, right? Whatever lefty, whatever crazy Democrat back in the day shouted a few years back, defund the police, man, that was such a stupid thing to say. Defund the police. What a stupid thing to say. And yes, the right-wing media machine of which I come from, man, they took that one Democrat, that one crazy lefty who shouted that a few years back, and they tagged the entire Democratic Party with that. Too easy, man. Democrats made it too easy. Defund the police. To say we should defund the police is a stupid ass thing to say. You know why? And by the way, you've got Abdul Saeed, this Senate candidate in Michigan, who finally had to fess up again over the weekend because he was caught a few years ago saying we should defund the police. And he denied he ever said it, but he did. It's on tape. It's on video. So he finally fessed up to it. It's a stupid thing to say because the vast majority of Americans rightly support our cops, support law enforcement. And the vast majority of the American people understand that if you defund law enforcement in this country, you get rid of cops in this country. Baby, hang on. What a horrible thing that would be. And by the way, Democrats, it's mostly also Black and brown folk in our cities who desperately need good, decent law enforcement every day because they live in neighborhoods and areas that so many of these well-to-do, wealthy white liberals don't live in. They worry about street crime like wealthy white liberals, progressives don't. Defund the police. That's a stupid stance. The American people don't support it. And it's just wrong. But abolish ICE, again, Democrats, isn't that. And the polling, Democrats, shows this. Poll after poll shows that the American people generally understand that what ICE is doing is not what cops are supposed to do, is not what cops do. Democrats, the vast majority of the American people, and the polling backs this up, the vast majority of the American people get that ICE is the antithesis of law enforcement. Yeah, the vast majority of the American people want some sort of immigration enforcement entity, mechanism, but not this. Not untrained, masked federal thugs on our streets, roaming our streets lawlessly. You get bad cops all the time who act lawlessly. They're dealt with. These ICE thugs are trained to be lawless. And every poll that's been taken in the past year and a half shows huge support for the position of abolish ICE, as opposed to every poll over the past few years that showed no support for defund the police. Democrats, get some fucking balls. It's not some crazy democratic socialist position to say abolish ICE. I am not some democratic socialist. I'm still a free market libertarian kind of guy. And I think we should abolish ICE because what I'm seeing on our streets, ICE is by definition fascism. Masked federal thugs roaming our streets lawlessly, depriving immigrants and citizens of their basic constitutional rights, that by definition, targeting brown and black immigrants, brown and black people, that by definition is fascism. No, Dems. It's a consensus position. It's a majority position. Take it, hold it, be proud, be brave. Say it. Say it with me. Abolish ICE. Abolish ICE. Most Americans are behind you. I just got to show everybody this. I'm going to tell you a little inside baseball about me. Keith, I'll admit it. I always confuse graphs and charts. From the time I'm a little kid, I've always struggled with, is that a graph or a chart? I always have to remind myself what a graph is and what a chart is. So I'm going to show you right now a graph or a chart to, again, illustrate how openly and fuck you publicly corrupt Donald Trump is. Keith, do we have that crypto thingy? Oh, a chart. I see in the note. Thank you, Keith. In the note, it says a chart. A chart. This is a chart. I promise later today, I'll go back and revisit charts and graphs, but I've always struggled with that. Look at this. Look at this. I just want to put this here and keep this here for a moment as a reminder to the American people that we elected by far the most corrupt person ever to sit in the White House. Donald Trump himself. Donald Trump personally has made more money in crypto than any of the major crypto firms, crypto companies. Trump's made more money in crypto individually than any of the major crypto companies have made. In total, any of the companies. Trump's made what? About $1.4 billion personally, himself, individually in crypto. The biggest crypto companies reported earnings. Coinbase, 1.26 million. CleanSpark, 306 billion. Excuse me, that was 1.26 billion. CleanSpark, Iron, Bitdeer. I don't know anything about these companies. These are companies. Trump's made more than companies. Trump's made more individually in crypto than crypto companies have made, according to this chart. Thanks, Keith. And that's just crypto. This is obscene. This is unprecedented. This is in your face public corruption. And for everybody listening to me right now, MAGA, everybody else, this is the President of the United States using his office to enrich himself personally. This is Trump using his office, his public office, his taxpayer-funded office to stuff billions in his pockets. All out in the open, man. He's out there last week telling everybody he's using the presidential seal. He's using the presidential podium. He's using his office to tell Americans to invest in Dell computers. Why? Because he's investing in Dell computers. Again, there are hundreds of these examples. He's using the presidential seal to stuff billions in his pockets. He does it all out in the open because he doesn't give a fuck, because he doesn't think you give a fuck, and he knows Congress won't do a fucking thing about it. That's how come he does it, because he knows he can get away with it. And really, what's most sad about that is he believes you, the American people, don't care. Like Trump and his family, the hundreds of defense contracts that Trump's sons, Donnie Jr. and Eric, are financially benefiting from. Trump and his family are doing this because they don't think his voters give a fuck. That's what's most devastating about this, because I'm left to sit here as someone who engages with Trump's voters every single day. And if I'm asked, hey, Joe, do Trump's supporters give a fuck that he's using his office to stuff billions of dollars into his pockets and his family's pockets? Do Trump's voters give a fuck about that, Joe? I pause. And the most charitable answer I can give is, I don't know. The most honest answer is, well, based on the evidence, no, Trump's voters don't give a fuck. Just like as we talked about last week, again, I speak with these folks every single day. Trump's voters in the Maine don't give a fuck that he lies to them every day. My hand is always out, hoping that Trump's voters will prove me wrong one day. One day. But this is just obscene public corruption. Trump as an individual made more money last year via crypto than crypto companies made. All of them. Shame on him. Shame on us. Hey, last point this Monday, and it's going to be a busy week, so get ready, hang on. Drink your coffee. Eat well, exercise, get your sleep. It's going to be a busy week. I'm in Arizona. I'm on the road, as you know, all summer, having conversations with Americans. I just wanted to get the fuck out of a New York studio or a DC studio. I wanted to get out into America with my dogs, Fern and Mabel and Fern, and touch the grass, touch the dirt, and speak with people. So I'm in Southern Arizona 2 days ago, last Friday. I'm at a Safe Light. Safe Light repairs, Safe Light replace. Cracked windshield, got to get replaced. I was replaced. Safe Light replace. I'm at a Safe Light in Southern Arizona, and you know what the deal is. You go in there, you got to get your windshield replaced. Man, it's a 2 to 3 hour job, 2 to 3 hour deal. It's a major operation. So I'm in there, and about halfway through, I got I notice I got 3 other dudes in that Safe Light waiting room waiting for their babies, their automobiles to be operated on, their windshields. 3 other guys in there, 2 older guys. Listen to what I'm saying. 2 older guys, both white, older white dudes, so older than me, and 1 Latino dude about my age, so younger. 3 other guys in there. So I waiting on their repair or replace. I do then what I do. I start up a conversation. And for the next 20, 25 minutes, and then one of the guys had to leave because his car was done, and I had to get on the phone for about 25 minutes there. Me and these 3 dudes, 2 older white dudes, a Latino dude about my age, we had a really interesting conversation about politics. I just listened to each other. I let them tell me what they thought. The 2 older guys were Trump voters. The Latino guy my age did not vote in 24. He voted for Trump in 16. He voted for Biden in 20. He didn't vote in 24. Here's all I want to say. It was an interesting conversation. I'm going to write about it later because some interesting things were said. But the consensus, just for us here to understand the consensus, these 2 older white dudes who were Southern Arizona, who were Trump voters, the Latino dude my age, kind of an independent, all 3 of them agreed with the following. This is what they said. Both parties seem to be getting more fucking extreme by the day. To a man, they all said that. Second thing they all said, our political discourse in this country fucking sucks. They don't even want to watch the TV, Fox News, CNN, anything. They try to avoid most social media because everybody's just yelling and shouting at each other. All 3 of them said this. They avoid generally, they're with trepidation only will they have political conversations with friends or neighbors. Our political discourse sucks, all 3 of them said. And then the final consensus opinion they all had was none of them thought they'd vote in November. All of them had 0 enthusiasm to vote. And all of them, to a man, said they didn't think they were going to vote. Think about that. Again, I'm sitting in a Safe Light, waiting for my windshield. 3 other guys, 2 older white Trump supporters, 1 independent Latino guy my age. Both parties, they all said both parties, man, are getting more extreme by the day. Our political discourse sucks, and they don't even know if they're going to vote in November. I think, again, I've been on the road a lot. This is pretty consistent with where the American people are. I think a lot of folks on the left and a lot of Democrats are enthused to vote and will come out to vote because of Trump. And I think increasingly there'll be a lot of enthused MAGA who will come out to vote to defend Trump in November. But for the vast majority of the American people, everything right now sucks. America ain't okay. And our politicians really aren't even speaking to that. Hey, as I close, I forgot to mention Paxos. I led with ICE. ICE, abolish ICE, abolish ICE, abolish ICE, until we abolish ICE. I'm just so thrilled, right, that I'm part of an effort that has a tool out there on our streets right now, thanks, Keith, to help immigrants and citizens legally and lawfully and practically fight back against ICE when they encounter ICE on our streets, at their homes, at their places of business, anywhere. It's called Paxos, paxos.app. There's the link. Check it out. Free of charge, this tool is. Know Your Rights tool. Check it out, play with it, and get it. Spread it out. Get it into the hands of the folks in your town, your community, who you think would benefit from Paxos. Paxos.app. Last thing, we've crowdfunded this thing. So we are raising $5 here, $10 here, $20 there, $100 there. We've got to GoFundMe. We wanted the American people to support this tool because it'd be a lot more difficult for Trump to go after thousands of us who've all contributed to a GoFundMe. We need about $4,000, $4,200 a month to keep this tool going and to keep updating it and to keep increasing our distribution. So go to our GoFundMe, Paxos.app, whatever you can contribute. Thank you. You want to send me an email about anything, do the social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. All one word, the social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. Last thing, my Substack. Everybody's got a Substack. Well, mine's a little different because I'm a little different. Social contract with Joe Walsh.substack.com. Check it out. Everything I do is on that Substack. If you're duly motivated, think about becoming a subscriber. Social contract with Joe Walsh.substack.com. Have a good Monday. Let's get your week off to a good start. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.